Ndị Igbo ekene m unu. Asị m ka nke echukwelu ya zelu. Anyị si ndụ mmiri ndụ azụ. Mmiri atara m azụ anwụra. Asa dịrị mma na eke, dịrị mma na orie, fọzara mma na afọ, fọzara mma na nkwọ, ụzọ ahịa anọ nke ndị Igbo ji biri. Asị na ya dịrị n'Igbo na mma o. Ise, ise, ise. Dịka o si dị ka agbapụ na ya ọsọ igosi na ya bụ ife anyị ji maka ya wee bịa. Na tupu anyị aga n'igosi na ya bụ ife, ọ bụla nke a bụ ụbọchị izu gị. Ị na-ejete afọ channel aya n'Igbo akwụkwọ ka baro ka like and subscribe o. Tinyekwa kọmentị, share ekwe ya, tụsa ya bụ ozi ka ụmụnne anyị dị n'ebe dị iche iche wee na ya bụ ife na-eme n'obodo a. Dịka o si dị, ihe wetara unu tata bụ nnukwu update dị oke mkpa. Mma nchọ ka onye ọbụla misie ya. Mma nchọ ka ị ga ya bụ ife, ị ga-esi ya bụ ife wetara unu gbasa maka ya bụ ife na-eme n'obodo anyị nọ n'ime ya. And nwere ndị Igbo na-azọ drọpụra ya on comment n'ihe a nwanne anyị nwoke kwuru n'iru akwụkwọ dị oke mkpa ka anyị mara ife iche n'ụdị nke gị. Alright, over to you, sir.
Wale Balogun. I'm the national coordinator of Yoruba Revolutionary Movement. It's a group fighting for the self-determination and social emancipation of the Yoruba. It was an organization founded on November 21st, 1999. We have been on board for some time. We continue to agitate for the social, economic, and political well-being of mass of our people.
Sorry, sir. Yeah, let's go.
First and foremost, we call this press conference to disabuse minds, because you see there is a campaign of calumny that painted the Igbo community in Lagos as embarking on a drive to disrupt the peace and harmony in Lagos, that they were destructive, they were planning to do this and that in Lagos. We are saying it's a lie. Just like the NSAS, something that they label them as being vandals. We are saying that Yorubas, we are ready for this protest because we are suffering. And we are saying that Yorubas will be part of this struggle. They were coming out en mass to ventilate their anger because of the suffering and hardship that is ongoing in Nigeria. So this press conference is majorly to address the fact that the national protest from August 1st to 10 is a collective thing. It cuts across religious, ethnic lines and political persuasions. That people were just tired. People were just saying enough is enough. People were saying that this is not a part with the government. You know, there's a social contrast between the mass of the people and any government that they elected into power. We were saying that, okay, represent us, so that at least you will be able to provide and improve our social well-being and ensure our security of life and property. All these things were lacking in Nigeria. And people were getting tired. It is getting worse and worse. The leaders live in affluence. Most of the people can barely sustain their family on 300 naira per day. Whereas the dogs, the pets of these leaders, they spent average of 50,000 naira on their pets on daily basis. And that's why we equally thrown at the recent wage increase that the supporters of President Tinubu were shouting all around. What Nigerian workers did and they demanded for is not an increase in wages. What they want is a living wage, a wage that can take them home. Even the 70,000 naira increment cannot bag a bag of 50 kg of rice. And they were daily increasing, stealing from our Commonwealth. Nigeria will be making more and more money on every day. The people are getting more and more impoverished on daily basis. That is, the rich are getting richer. The poor are getting poorer. As a Yoruba person, there's an adage in our land that that if you are not hungry, that you cannot say you are poverty stricken. That somebody that can hate, that can feed himself, is okay, according to the by the Yoruba. But if the family cannot feed, and you know they were now using a cosmetic approach that they call palliative. What is palliative? it is just to deceive people that government feel concerned about your plight and that we're doing something. Whereas the palliative is not meant to resolve the question of hunger, the question of starvation, the question of hardship, the question of insecurity of life and property in the land. So they were just deceiving the people. So in essence, we are saying that for this protest, and that's why we came out categorically, that it is not an Igbo thing, it is not an Hausa thing, it is not a Kanuri thing. It's a collective something to fight organization injustice, and that's why we are around. You see, possibly or otherwise, you see that the government gathered their normal allies in the self-determination groups and the so-called pro-democracy and human rights community. They have a meeting yesterday, and that meeting that they have yesterday, you know, part of their resolution, they have been giving money to organize themselves to occupy Freedom Park at Ojota on August 1st, whereas genuine protesters will be chased around the street in other locations. That is hypocrisy, and that is part of the madness. URM took it upon itself to speak out. They are desecrating our custom and tradition. How can you unleash the Igbo court on people? For what? The Oro court on people. The same government. Our governor is a Christian though, of MFM, Mountain of Fire Ministry. Yet he allowed the Oro court to impose a curfew, quote unquote curfew, on Lagosians. They tried that in 2023 towards the governorship election. That is to frighten, to intimidate, to humiliate, to demonize, to disenfranchise the Igbo community from exercising their civic responsibility. So we are saying that it should not be business as usual. We are saying that every Nigerian have the right to exercise their fundamental right in terms of protesting all unjust government policies and programs. Because there is a court ruling in Nigeria that has not been vacated, that every Nigerian has the right to protest.
So you're trying to say your organization and Nigerians will come out from the force?
Yes, we march hand in hand with the mass of our people in the street. We cannot allow ourselves to be intimidated or to be taken in by the deceitful something pronouncement by the IG. Even the IG that is on something, tenure has been increased by 2 years. It's unjust. So how do we expect us as a lawful and abiding citizen to condone illegality? It is not done anywhere, and you want us to come and write our name and you can't clamp down on us or throw us into jail. You know what they are doing now? The boys that all the IGBOs that they were using during election, they were going to their different bases to arrest them and put them in police cells or compromise them with money. That is how frightened they were. The Christian Bible said, if you do what is right, you won't be afraid. It's only the guilty are afraid. They were afraid of their shadows. I think that is the problem of this government.
Sir, with the present economic hardship in the country, what should the government be doing to salvage the situation?
Economic hardship in the country. If you don't understand the problem, you can't find a solution. I think it's inept. They are not capable of resolving the problem. You can't resolve a problem that you don't understand it. You don't understand it. And it's a government that lacks the blueprint for either economic recovery, stability, and progress. Because you see, they are coming out with certain data. They are talking of economic growth, whereas they're not talking of economic development. And that is why, as they were getting more and more money that they can share among themselves, the standard of living of the people is getting worse on daily basis. How can you advise a government that is deaf, dumb, and pretend not to see what we are saying? I think the best for Nigeria is to come to the realization that regime change defies solutions. That what we should do is system change. We have to dismantle this structure and find Nigeria anew. Revolution is the only way to save the poor in Nigeria. Forget the ethnic coloration or whatever. That yes, Tinubu is my brother, my kid and kin. But it does not resolve the problem that what benefit is the Tinubu government to an average Yoruba person? That's the question we are raising.
Quick one. The security forces have unleashed terror on many of the protesters, or some of the protesters who have been arrested in recent times. Some have actually been released, as we said. What message do you have for the security forces as they also come out and they continue with their clampdown on protesters?
We are appealing to them. We are your brothers. We are your sisters. We are your family. You are the police, the security of protesters in Nigeria. We are their brothers. We are their sisters. They are our sisters. We are families. We are friends. They should not be used because it was the taxpayers, the poor majority that were clamping down. They are the ones that ensure that they are paying their salary. They should not be misused against us. It is for them to protect our life and property so that we will be useful to the Nigerian state. They should remember that they are feeling what we are feeling. We go to the same market. They were hungry. Their children too cannot afford fee. They do not. The generation of public education is how everybody were running to public schools, to private schools. Imagine a government. Those are the things. We are appealing to our security forces to have a deep reflection that a government that doled out 5 billion as student loan gave out 92 billion to those who go to Hajj. Of what economic benefit would that be to the Nigerian economy? I think that is what all I. Thank you.
ndị be anyị ekenekwanụ m unu dịka unu si wepụta oge unu ịgekwa ya bụ ife nnukwu ozi dị oke mkpa eji maka ya wee bịa n'iru akwụkwọ na Igbo Media bụ ebe anyị si wee na-wetara unu ya bụ nnukwu ozi dị oke mkpa gbasịta maka ihe na-eme n'obodo anyị nọ n'ime ya, ana gbasịta maka nwere onwe ndị Igbo na-azọ, ana gbasịta maka Maazị Nnamdi Kanu Ladies. Dịka ị nụrụ ihe nwanne anyị nwoke kwuru n'iru akwụkwọ ka efi were ikwu n'ụdị nke gị asị gị kwuo ka efi were ikwu maka na otu aka o jedebe njọ ọ ya adịkwanụ mma. Ọgwụ na ọtụ ụmụnne m, achọrọ m ka unu tinyere anyị alụ nke unu ife unu chere n'iru akwụkwọ ikwucha ya bụ ife kaba arụsị ya kwụrụtụ ụmụnne anyị ndị ọzọ ntị daalụ nne na ụmụnne m bụ mụ na-ege ntị. Anyị na-ekene ndị nnekunu si na-esoyere anyị. Anyị siri ngwa nke mesịa n'ụmụ Igbo.